Hi, Verbling. I hope you're all having an excellent day today. My name is Lauren, and this is an intermediate listening class on the colonization of South America. So there is no document today because I will be speaking and reading myself, and you are practicing your listening comprehension. Now, I will ask you questions, but I'm not going to give you the questions before because I want you to really practice just listening in general. And of course, it's an excellent topic because, well, most of us already know a little bit about the colonization of South America. So, so that's great. Okay, hello to Esther. Hi, Esther.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
And welcome as well to Charbel. Hello, Charbel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fine, very fine.
Very nice to meet you. Is it Charbel or Charbel?
It's okay, Charbel.
Charbel. Okay, great,
Yes.
great. When did you join Verbling?
Last week, maybe.
Last week. Excellent. Well, so nice that you found us. Great.
Okay.
And welcome as well to Marcin. Hello, Marcin.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm back to you.
I know. That's excellent. Great. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
So it is
What
fun.
we are going to do? What we are going to do now?
We are practicing our listening.
Yeah, cool, great.
Do you know? Oh, sorry. Can you tell your friend we're not allowed to have people without their shirts on?
Okay.
On the website.
Okay.
So if we see that, we gotta take you out of the class. Sorry. Okay.
It's my cousin. Sorry for
Okay,
him.
that's okay. Nice to meet him. Okay, and welcome as well to Rodrigo. Hello, Rodrigo.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome
How are you?
back. Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine too. Thank you.
Good. Did you have some connection problems last class?
Yes. And
Oh.
your voice is kind of. I'm having a problem right now, I think. Your voice, all the voices here.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you able to understand what I'm saying or not so much?
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand, but it's like a robot voice.
Oh no. Okay, well, please just keep typing your questions in the chat if we don't hear you, or if you have any questions, just type them in the Verbling chat and maybe we'll get to those.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, welcome back as well to Huyan. Hello, Huyan.
Hello.
Hi. Did you have connection problems as well?
Yes, I did. I had
Oh.
a difficulty and yeah.
Okay, well, glad you're here now.
Thank you.
Good. And finally, welcome to Carmenza.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, it's great to meet you.
Okay.
When did you join?
With you 2 weeks ago.
I don't remember your name. Did you change your name?
No.
I'm sorry, Carmenza. I don't remember your name. That's crazy. I normally remember everyone. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, so as you all probably noticed, the chat is not working inside the Hangout. Okay? So we are going to use the Google chat today, which is right up here. Okay? The Google chat. So I typed in it, this is the Google chat. So this is the chat we are going to use because we can't really see the other chat. Well, we can see it, but only we won't be able to type in it from inside the Hangout. But I will be going back and forth. So if you have questions and you are not in class, please ask your questions from the Verbling chat. I'll be looking at that. Okay, so was anyone in my class maybe a couple days ago about the colonization of America? Was anyone at the first class?
No.
I was there, but I didn't have
For
a
me, it's
chance
the
to
first.
really participate.
Okay. And so, Esther, did you say you were there as well?
Yes.
Okay. And Huyen, what was that? You said you were there, but you did not really participate. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yes, that's what I said, because I was using my father's computer, so yeah, the
Right.
sound system wasn't installed.
Right.
for
And then you
conversation.
changed computers for the next
Yes.
class. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is up to Esther and Huyen. What do you think is a better idea? Should we continue the document, or should we start at the beginning again so you can have the chance to hear it again?
I prefer from the beginning, but the other students to listen all the story, I think.
Yeah, that's if that's okay with you. What about you, Huyen? Is that okay for you as well?
Yeah, I would prefer going back to the start.
Excellent. Okay, great. So that's awesome. We're going to start at the very beginning. If you are confused, please ask me. But basically what we are doing is I am going to read to you, and you are going to practice listening. And then I will say to anyone, Marcin or Charbel, can you summarize what I just said? Can you summarize what I just said?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm just going to say, Marcin, are people in the room with you right now? Because we
Yes.
can hear people speaking.
Yeah. Sorry for that. I fixed it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. I mute my mic for 1 second and I fixed it. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Cool. Great.
Okay, so does that make sense? So then, or I will say, okay, Carmenza or Charbel, tell me, what did you hear in that paragraph that I read? So I will read maybe 4 or 5 lines and then just ask you questions. Okay?
Okay.
A good idea is, and I will just ask anyone, a good idea is to maybe write down what you are hearing. Like you are in university and I am a professor, okay? Write down what you're hearing. And if you don't understand a word, say, I don't know what that word means. What does that word mean? There's just a quick word I want to make sure that we do understand. What does colonization mean? What does colonization mean? Who wants to try to describe that word? Colonization.
When people of other place come to our country and take the land, I think.
Exactly. When a country comes to another, let's say, land and says, okay, we have the land now, and maybe they make their culture, they force the people who were already there to have their culture. So for example, if we are talking about Spanish colonization of Mexico, we are saying that Spanish people found this land and said, everyone here must now speak Spanish and follow Spanish culture. And we are going to bring millions of Spanish people over to Mexico. Right? Just wondering.
And take the gold.
Pardon me?
And take the gold.
One more time? They take...
the gold. the gold. How do you say
The-
oro?
Can you type it? Gold. Yeah, exactly. The word we're looking for there is extracting resources. Okay? So extracting resources. Extract means taking out. Taking out from the land. So just like Carmenza said, right? Taking the gold and bringing it back to Spain. So normally colonization is not very nice, of course. But anyways, I'm gonna just continue or start reading the article from the beginning, and you listen. Okay. Okay, here we are. Oh, I wanted to ask one more question. Do you know what hemisphere means? What does hemisphere mean?
Is
It's a
the
half.
part of the Earth, the North Hemisphere and the South Hemisphere.
Yes, exactly. So if this is the Earth, the word sphere is the shape of the Earth, right? The shape of the Earth. So hemisphere means the top, maybe the north hemisphere, and then the bottom hemisphere, so north and south. We can also say the east and the west hemisphere. So this means half of the whole Earth. Okay. And one more question. What does kingdom mean? Huyen, I think you heard this from last class. What does kingdom mean?
I don't know what is it, but I know it comprises of king, queen, and citizens, and
Excellent.
also the upper class. I don't know what you call them.
Yeah. And does anyone else have another definition to add on to Huyen's? It involves the king and the queen. What do you think kingdom means?
It means to union or something like that.
Kind
Union,
of.
maybe.
Kind of.
Kind of.
So if we
Is that also a term in biology?
Oh, is it? Okay, it is a term in biology. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The way that it is used in this article is a kingdom means a country that is at the top, at the head of the country is a king. So right now, England is a kingdom because it still has a queen, right? But Canada is not a kingdom because Canada has never had a king or queen. So if we have a royal family, like in Spain, if I am reading and I say the two kingdoms, I'm probably talking about two countries that have a king. That's what that means. And normally I'm
I
talking
can say animal kingdom or mineral kingdom or something like this. Or
Did you say mineral kingdom?
yeah,
Mineral?
yeah,
Is that a biology
yeah.
term?
yeah.
Oh, in biology, sure, I think. But in this context, we are only talking about countries that have a king. But you are correct. There are biological terms, so of biology. So sometimes we're talking about, like Huyen said, animal kingdoms, like alligator or reptiles. Reptiles would be an alligator, would be an animal kingdom, right, Huyen?
Yes.
Right.
Good. Okay, so I just typed that in the chat, that We're not talking about animal kingdoms today. We're talking about countries. Countries. And you know what, Huyen? Yes, a kingdom makes a kingdom, not a queen, but we still say kingdom. I don't know why. You can say queendom, but it's very uncommon. Very uncommon. Okay, so I'm going to start reading now. Okay, European colonization of the Americas began as early as the 10th century, when Nordic Viking sailors explored and settled limited areas on the shores of present-day Greenland and Canada. So, first question, what do you think that means present day?
Nowadays.
Nowadays?
Nowadays.
These
Nowadays.
days?
These days. Excellent.
Right.
So when I say present day Canada, I'm saying that, of course, 10,000 years ago, Canada was not called Canada. Someone named Canada a couple hundreds of years ago. So whatever it was called then was a different name. Okay. That's like saying present day Israel. Well, Israel was not created on the map until 60 or 65 years ago. So if we say present day Israel, we mean the land that is Israel now. Because maybe years ago, people believed somewhere else was Israel or something. Okay. Next question. So who were the first people who came to Canada? Who came to America?
Vikings.
Vikings, excellent. Who were the Vikings?
Those who are from Sweden, Norway, Iceland.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so they came to Canada, but Canada is really big. So in order to really take the land, they would have had to bring millions of Vikings to Canada. So of course they couldn't do that in the 10th century. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. Extensive European colonization began in 1492 when a Spanish expedition headed by Christopher Columbus sailed west to find a new trade route to the Far East, but inadvertently found the Americas. European conquest, large-scale exploration, and colonization very soon followed. Okay, so maybe you know this from what I read, or maybe you know it from history. When and who found Canada later on and actually colonized it? What year?
1492.
Yep, 1492. Yep. And who was it who found it?
Christopher Columbus.
Excellent. And what does this word mean? Inadvertently.
No, he didn't hope this.
Good. Yeah. He didn't hope to find the Americas. He thought he was finding what?
The East.
India.
Good. Yeah. He thought he was finding India. Excellent. Okay. Great. Do you know what this means? Oh, sorry, Rodrigo. Sometimes we hear like a buzz coming from your microphone, so we might mute you every now and then. Okay. What does this mean? Large scale.
I think it is a big land, big piece of land.
Interesting. Not quite. It's not a thing. Good guess though. What do we think large scale mean? Does anyone else want to guess? Large scale.
I want to guess.
Yes,
It's
Julian.
like it happens everywhere, for example, because in the 10th century there were like the Vikings came to Canada, but only like small group. But in the 14th century there are a large group. It's like I think it's like a movement.
Excellent.
Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we say large scale, we're talking about something that takes place in a large scale way. The word scale, or I should say, that's not a good way of explaining it. But instead of
In
bringing...
many countries like this.
Sure, either many countries or it's not so much many countries. It just means they did not bring over one boat of people. They brought hundreds and thousands of boats of people to the Americas. So when we say large scale, we're talking about a lot of people, a lot of money, a lot of resources, just a lot of things in general. When a company, any company, says, we are making large scale changes, like this. Okay? When we say large scale changes, that means that we're making huge changes everywhere. So it's not like we're going to change one little thing. We're going to change everything. So when we...
you could lose your job.
Oh, yes, Marcin?
So it will be tremendous change, yeah?
Tremendous. I like that.
Tremendous. Oh, cool.
Tremendous, yeah. Tremendous changes.
Yep.
Okay, absolutely. And what were you going to say, Carmenza?
I say that you could lose your job.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? Yeah. If we say we're going to you're going to lose your job, or think of Verbling, right? Verbling had large-scale changes a couple months ago because it used to be free, and then we changed a very big change. We put the ticket system in. So this is obviously a big change, and it really changes the whole website, right? So we could say that was a large-scale change, right? We did not just change little things on the website. We really changed it. So that's a good example of talking about maybe large-scale change. If we said, okay, no more broadcasting classes at all, that would be another large-scale change, right? So, okay, let's continue. Columbus's first 2 voyages reached the Bahamas and various Caribbean islands, including Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. In 1497, sailing from Bristol on behalf of England, John Cabot landed on the North American coast, and a year later, Columbus's 3rd voyage reached the South American coast. Okay. Quickly, let me just ask, maybe we can ask, we haven't heard a lot from Charbel.
Hi.
Hi, Charbel. Charbel, so what did you hear in that paragraph?
I've heard that Columbus made a voyage with some friends, maybe friends, partners.
Well, yes, he did, but not... Did you hear the name John Cabot?
No, I don't remember this name.
I'm going to read it again to you.
Okay.
Here's John Cabot, okay? So in 1497, sailing from Bristol on behalf of England, John Cabot landed on the North American coast. And a year later, Columbus's 3rd voyage reached the South American coast. So where was John Cabot from?
England.
Yeah, he's from England. And what's the difference between where he went and where Columbus went?
He came from North America and Columbus for South America.
Good, right? So John Cabot from England took North America, or found North America, and then the Spanish people, so Columbus, found South America. Now we're going to read about something that complicated things in a second. Okay, so France founded colonies in much of eastern North America, on a number of Caribbean islands and South America. Portugal colonized Brazil. I just noticed that Peter joined us. Hello, Peter.
Yes,
Peter, are
hello.
you there? Oh, hello.
Yes.
How are you today?
Oh, very good. Today is very good.
Great, great. Okay, so let me maybe ask Rodrigo. So, Rodrigo, what area did France colonize?
Area north. I think Canada.
And did you hear the other places?
Brazil.
No.
Not Brazil. Who colonized
Brazil
Brazil?
was Portugal.
Portugal.
Excellent. Portugal, right? And France also colonized the Caribbean.
Puerto Rico.
Caribbean islands.
Well, they colonized the Caribbean islands. Is that what you said, Carmenza?
Yes, Caribbean islands.
Excellent. Caribbean islands. And I know it has an S in it, but we don't say that S. It's spelled islands, but we only say islands. Do you want to try saying?
Is islands.
Exactly. Yep, it's just a strange word. So we've got those some Caribbean islands. That's why they speak French today. And that's of course why Brazil speaks Portuguese today. Okay. This was the beginning of a dramatic territorial expansion for several European countries. The rapid rate at which Europe grew in wealth and power was unforeseeable in the early 1400s because European countries had been preoccupied with internal wars and was only slowly recovering from the loss of population caused by plague. So my question is, why was it unlikely, or the word I used was unforeseeable? Why was it unforeseeable, which means unlikely, or not easily predicted, not easy to predict this? So maybe another synonym would be surprising. Why was it surprising that England all of a sudden became rich?
Traceable, something like that. Traceable, unlikely.
Can you type that, Marcin?
Okay, one moment, because I remember that word from a book I've read recently. It is called A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. So
cool.
1 minute, okay, 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem. So what did everyone hear when you were listening? So why was it not likely that Europe would all of a sudden become so powerful?
Can I?
Yes, Huyen.
Yeah, because Europe had just been experiencing war during the time before the voyages, and also it had suffered from the plague.
Good.
So that had caused a decrease in the population of Europe.
Excellent, Huyen. So what is a plague?
A plague is like a massive disease. So you have that everywhere.
Good.
I don't know how to explain.
Excellent, excellent. A synonym for plague, yes, Carmenza? Plague it looks like plague, but it's pronounced plague. And it means when many people get sick and die. Or sometimes they don't die, but many people get very sick with the same disease. A synonym for plague is epidemic. not a synonym, but very similar. It is a huge epidemic that affects many people. Okay? Okay. Excellent. That's exactly what I was looking for. So 2 reasons: they were having wars all the time, and they got very, very sick. And then all of a sudden they discovered America, and they said, why don't we use it to make money? Okay? Okay, let's keep going. And I'm thinking, Peter, maybe I'll ask the next question to you, okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. Eventually, the entire Western Hemisphere came under control of European governments, leading to profound changes in its landscape, population, and plant and animal life. In the 19th century alone, over 50 million people left Europe to come to the Americas. Okay, my question for you, Peter, is how did the Western Hemisphere change? What happened? And the Western Hemisphere is basically the Americas. So how did it change so much when Europeans came?
Because Europeans, they took the charge of the governing. So they are ruling the rule, or they made the policy, and they made the law how to run the colony, and make the systems running like what they want. They create a system in their mind. They may better than European. So that's what what they had trained the east of the coast, America.
Good, good. So, and also another way it changed is, did anyone else hear some more details on that? So not just government, right? It changed a lot in government, of course. But what was another way that it changed? Did anyone hear about the plants and animals?
Yes, the plants and animals changed too. I think they changed the form to I don't know, but say the plants and animals changed.
Yeah,
they bring some different plants and animals like horse. We didn't have horse here, and they came that.
Exactly. They actually changed the landscape. They actually changed the land because they actually brought horses and they brought plants. So absolutely, that's a crazy to think of. In the 1400s, people had never seen some of the fruits and vegetables and animals. They had never seen them, and all of a sudden, Europeans came and brought them. Okay, another question. Peter, maybe you heard how many people from Europe went to the Americas. Did you hear that number?
A lot of people, I think. I heard many people, but I don't listen in number.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
I guess it's 1,046. Before that.
Not quite. It said 50 million. 50 million. Let me give a little hint. When people, because I'm just seeing 15 million, okay? 15 and 50 sound very similar, but here is the big difference that will help you. If the number is 50, we put the stress on fifth. So we go like this, 50, 50, 50. If we're saying 15, we put the stress on teen. Okay? So when you're listening and you think they sound so similar, you're going to hear 15. You're really going to hear that teen if it's 1-5. But if you hear only fifth, it's probably just 50, 50. Sorry, not just.
You were saying 15, right?
I was saying 50.
50.
50.
Or 50 million immigration.
So if that tiny little sound at the end, when native speakers are speaking, they say 50, 50. The fifth is a lot more stressed than the T. But if I'm saying 15, 15, that strong teen is what will give you the hint that I'm saying 1-5, not 50. 50, you put the stress on fifth. 50 or 15.
Okay.
Okay?
I see.
Yeah. Good. Okay, let's continue. So, the post-1492 era is known as the period of Columbian exchange, a dramatically widespread exchange of animals, plants, culture, human populations, including slaves, communicable disease, and ideas between the American and European hemispheres, following Columbus's voyages to the Americas. Okay, so here's my question, and maybe I can ask, let me ask, Esther, what do you think the Columbian exchange was? Columbian exchange.
Me?
Yeah, if you heard. Columbian exchange.
Maybe ideas, maybe?
Yeah. No. Yeah, that was one of them. Do you know what the word exchange means? That's a good vocabulary word.
Yes.
Yes? Yeah. So it's like if you and I are exchanging ideas, you are giving me yours and I am giving you mine. We are exchanging. Good. And what about Rodrigo? Did you hear more about the exchange?
Yes,
what did I say the Columbian exchange was?
I heard that it happened in 1492 and they exchanged plants, animals, human ideas, slaves.
And you can just say humans, like actual people.
Okay, and disease.
Excellent. They actually brought people from one country to be a slave in another country. And they actually brought all types of people, like just to live there, to say, yes, we are a Spanish land. We are a Spanish colony.
And to show the culture.
And culture. So important. Yeah. Great, excellent. So that is...
May I ask a question?
Oh, hello, Ahmed.
May I ask a question?
Oh, yes, 1 second, Peter. Ahmed, are you there? Oh, 1 second, Peter.
Okay.
Ahmed, are you there? Oh, Ahmed, we see you, but we can't hear you. So maybe maybe your sound is off. Just check this little red button. Is there a red button right over there? If there is, just click the button. Okay. Yes, Peter, what is your question?
Was Columbian exchange was done by Napoleon?
Done by who?
The French Napoleon.
Napoleon. Well,
yes.
Where did the French people go? What place in America did the French people colonize?
Hello?
Yes, hello, Ahmed.
Finally, I'm trying 2 hours ago to talk with you.
Oh, yay, you're here now. That's great.
I don't know where the problem, but I found it.
Good,
Finally, I
excellent.
find it.
Excellent. We're just practicing our listening. So
Okay.
we'll get to you in a second.
Thanks God.
Yay! Okay. So Peter, where did you hear? Where did the French people go where did they colonize?
I'm asking this exchange, the Columbian exchange, was done by the French king Napoleon.
Well, when we say the Columbian exchange, we're talking about anything after 1492. So it was done by everyone. Like, it was not done by one person saying, let's exchange. Everyone involved did it. So yes, Napoleon would have contributed because they brought French culture to North America.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right? Great question. Excellent question. Okay, I'm just going to explain something. So, Ahmed, if we put you on silence, it is because we're hearing background noise. So, like, if we hear this, or if we hear or something, then we will shut your microphone off, or if we hear people speaking in the background. So just make sure everything is silent when your microphone is on. Okay, great question, Peter. Let's continue. Okay, this is I'm about to talk about the Treaty of Tordesillas. Okay, this is where things get complicated. Okay, early explorations and conquests were made by Spanish and the Portuguese immediately following their own final reconquest of Iberia in 1492. In 1494, the Treaty of Tordesillas was written. This was a world law made by the Pope. Spain and Portugal divided the entire Americas into two areas of exploration and colonization, with a north to south boundary that cut through the Atlantic Ocean and the eastern part of present-day Brazil. Okay, so that was not a very detailed expression of, or a detailed explanation of the Treaty of Tordesillas. But what was the treaty? What exactly did it do?
It divided the world
agreement?
into parts. One part was to Portugal and the other part was from Spain.
Excellent. Yes, Charbel, the word treaty is an agreement. Good, good. And yes, Rodrigo, exactly. Can you repeat that one more time? What was the Treaty of Tordesillas?
It divided the world into parts. One part was to Spain and the other was to Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah. In English, when we pronounce Portugal, we actually say it like this. Portugal. Like it's not a T, but a CH. Like this. Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah, I know it looks really strange. We spell it like Portugal, but we still pronounce it like Portugal.
Portugal.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Now, who is the person who said, this is a good idea? I think this is a good world law. Who allowed it?
The Pope?
Good, the Pope. The Pope. And Charbel, what do you think about the treaty?
Oh, I don't know much about the treaty, but I think it is very restricted agreement, because you say this is my place and I want this part and I give this part to you.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Who knows more details about the Treaty of Tordesillas? Does anyone know?
I forgot.
I know that at first, can I say?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that at first they divided in an island near from Africa, but after that Portugal decided to divide it in a place in Brazil. I don't know how to explain.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Good.
They got a part of Brazil.
Yeah. It's essentially the Pope saying, you get to own this land and you get to own this land. And it did not divide the world equally to the European powers, but is it fair anyways to divide the world to European powers? You know, like people were living in Brazil and Mexico and Argentina. People were living there already, right? Does anyone have an opinion about the Treaty of Tordesillas? We're good? Okay, so let's continue. Are there any questions first off? Any questions about the treaty? Does it make sense? Oh, okay. Ahmed, you said again, please. So the Treaty of Tordesillas split the world in two. Okay, the Pope, the Catholic Pope said, Spain, you get half of America, and Portugal, you get half of America. So this causes problems later. Carmenza, did you have something to say earlier?
No, I forgot it.
Oh.
I learned it many years ago, and I forgot it.
What did you think about it when you first learned about it?
I think it is irreal. I think it's not a great writing.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense.
That didn't sound great.
Good, good. Yeah, it doesn't make that much sense. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Based on this treaty and earlier claims by Spanish explorer Balboa, who was the discoverer of the Pacific Ocean in 1513, the Spanish conquered large territories in the North, Central, and South America. Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés took over the Aztec kingdom, and Francisco Pizarro conquered the Inca Empire. Okay, does someone want to just summarize what they heard there? There's a lot of new words maybe, but we're talking about ancient civilizations. I put that in the chat there. Ancient civilizations. Who was Hernán Cortés?
He was the conquistador, you say, Mexico.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. So what word did I use? He conquered Mexico, right? And Pizarro conquered the Inca Empire. The key word is conquered. What does conquered mean?
Owned.
Owned?
Own.
And how do you own an empire? What do you have to do before you can say, this is mine? What do you think? I didn't say it, but what do you think?
I take it. It's mine. Okay.
One more time? Can you say that again?
I take it because it's mine. I think it's like that. I own it. I do things for take it.
Good, and maybe there was a little bit more to that as well. Esther, what are you saying in the chat there?
About conquer.
Yeah, tell us.
Using the force, I think, to conquer an empire.
Exactly. You have to use force. You must use force to take the people. You can't just say, okay, I own you now. The people will say, no. We have our beliefs. We have our God. Why are we going to change to Christianity? That doesn't make sense to us. So the word conquer in English has a sort of negative implications when we talk about colonization, because it's got some, yes, good, Marcin, you understand. Yeah, it's got the we say implication. Okay, when something is implied, or we say an implication, it means it is not said, but the word, we know what that means. The word conquer means there was a lot of force, just like Esther said. Force being used. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Oh, oopsies. You're not supposed to see. We're listening. Okay.
Oh, we read.
No.
Yeah, I read.
we won't read.
No, not allowed. Okay, I'll read a little bit more. So, okay. When did I stop reading? Good, okay. As a result, by the mid-16th century, the Spanish crown had gained control of much of Western South America, Central America, and South America, in addition to its earlier Caribbean territories. Over this same time frame, Portugal colonized much of eastern South America, naming it Brazil. Other European nations soon disputed the terms of the Treaty of Tordesillas. Of course they did. England and France attempted to plant colonies in the Americas in the 16th century, but these failed. However, in the following century, these two kingdoms, along with the Dutch Republic, succeeded in establishing permanent colonies. Some of these were on Caribbean islands, which had often already been conquered by Spanish or depopulated by disease, while others were in eastern North America, which had not been colonized by Spain, north of present-day Florida. I know there's a lot what I just read, but what I want you to get out of that is this question. What happened with the Treaty of Tordesillas?
Some nations disputed it.
It was broken.
Julian? It was broken, yes, Charbel? Who broke it? Who broke it,
Nations
Charbel?
other than
I don't remember. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Julian.
Portugal. Spain.
Portugal.
Sorry,
Spain.
Julian. Who ended up breaking the Treaty of Tordesillas?
I think nations other than Portugal and Spain.
Who? Which nations?
Britain, France,
Spain.
and the Dutch Republic.
Good. Britain, Spain, and the Dutch Republic broke it because they said, why did the Pope say that only Spain and Portugal get the Americas? I don't care what the Pope said, I want some too. So they started coming to places, and what happened to some of the places that were already settled by Spanish people? Here, I'll read that part again. So some of the places that England and France and the Dutch took over had already been conquered by the Spanish, but depopulated by disease, while others were in eastern North America, which had not yet been colonized by Spain. So what areas did these other nations try to conquer or try to colonize?
South areas?
North America.
Yeah, some of the north, yes. And why the north?
Because it had not been colonized by Spain and Portugal.
Excellent. It had not been colonized yet. Or, do you know this term, depopulated?
Yeah.
What does depopulated mean?
They don't have people, no many people live there.
Good, good. So some of these places, the Spanish people had already brought people there, but it had been depopulated, let's say, maybe by disease. Depopulated by disease. This means a very bad disease came and everyone maybe died. So England came along and said, well, this is a perfect place for us to colonize, right? All the Spanish people died and this area is depopulated. This area, the population has died off. We say died off. It's kind of an expression to say that people died, okay? Or became extinct in that area.
Sorry, died off, it's phrasal verb?
Mm-hmm.
Died off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Died off or died out. Good. It's just the way that we say it. It doesn't really make sense, but if you're talking about a whole population dying, like for example, one kind of bird, all of those birds died because of a disease, we can say they died out or they died off. It's just the way that we say it. I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay, great. Great. All right, everyone. I hope that this was challenging for listening, and I hope that you also had fun, especially Carmenza, relearning your history.
Yes.
Good. And Marcin, was it too hard?
No, not too hard, but I think if we had opportunity to maybe read, it will be it would be easier for us to understand.
Mm-hmm, of course.
So I know it is a listening lesson, but I think we should have opportunity to read it as well.
I totally understand that, Marcin. So if I do that, though, I'm going to call the class a reading class. Because if you, let's say, listen to the radio, you're not going to be able to read it. Or if someone calls you on the phone, you will only be listening, right?
Yeah, I know, but I am on intermediate level, so it is hard for me. I don't know how the others participants feels, but for me it was quite difficult. However, I enjoy so much.
Good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and maybe next time I will choose an article that has maybe less advanced vocabulary.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for this class. I have an intermediate speaking class next on technology. Good. Yes, Esther. Technology. So.
Oh, technology.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that.
It is my part because I am a front-end developer. So it is now.
Excellent. It's now. Yeah, I'm going to start it right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Come on in.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Because history is not my topic, so I was quite
lost.
Yeah, I was quite lost.
Yeah, well, good. Join us in the next class then. Okay,
great, cool.
Okay, everyone.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Good, you're welcome. And I'm putting my Verbling and Facebook information in the chat if you'd like to.
Bye, everyone.
You was great, Lauren. Thank you for teaching.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye.
Thank
See you in
you.
a little bit.